Hello and welcome to the Chaps podcast. I'm your host, and along with Greg and Jeff.
Steve, but not quite Steve Harvey, unfortunately.
No, I wish. Black and handsome.
Charismatic too.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought you were talking about yourself with Steve. You've got a mixed identity crisis here.
Black and handsome.
I
That's
hate,
Steve Winterberg.
Your shirt is, but I have something to tell you, sir.
What is it? I'm not black?
You're not black.
Now you're more of a sour cream than anything.
Why am I not getting any jobs? The show about everything, nothing at the same time.
That seems about right.
Yeah. So we've got a handful of things to do today.
I want to congratulate anyone who's actually made it this far.
Yeah?
That's quite awesome. I know I've only been on once or twice, but it's, guys, 15 episodes in?
15 episodes.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's
Almost
good.
can get our G1s.
What's the first thing that we normally do in the show?
Show the show.
We need sound effect guy.
We do.
We're hiring a
Josh
sound effect guy.
We do.
Sound effect?
Yeah,
you
Josh.
imagine?
Yeah, Josh. Put it in.
Yeah.
Oh, does he actually put in sound
Yeah, he
effects?
puts it in
That's
every time.
You haven't even gone
You
this
haven't.
far.
I haven't gone this far.
You're on the show, but you haven't gone the... You congratulated him.
Yeah, I did. That's why I said it's a good effort to get this far. No, the deal is
for like 6 episodes now.
Something like that.
yeah.
Josh,
I've hit like
You should
episode
do
like
work.
8.
Where's the bottle, Steve?
Oh,
Do
shit.
you remember what it is?
Bullet.
Yeah, it's bourbon.
Bullet.
Bullet?
Bullet, yeah.
Okay.
Bullets?
I think we had a
before.
shot at that one night when we were all just hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a
basically
repeat,
it's just
which we haven't done yet.
It's
Sucks because
Kentucky.
we're out of new booze, and we forgot to pick stuff up.
It's expensive, though.
It gets expensive, but
Yeah.
It's worth it.
yeah, we dropped the ball. It happens.
We got
We
bullets.
don't actually drink the rest of it that often, though.
No, not that often.
But for anyone who hasn't seen the episode with the other bullet, it is a Kentucky, I believe, a straight bourbon.
Maybe. I don't know shit about bourbon.
Okay, well, we don't. Well, anyways, yeah, it's another bourbon, but it's a pretty good one.
Cheers.
And in the Dragon Ball Z villain cups. Ooh. Little bit of fire.
It was his idea.
I went down the wrong way.
See, Steve? You can be sour cream and you can be red like you are now.
Man, I'm fucking fine. I went down. No, it was just the wrong pipe. I breathed wrong. It was a mess.
So what do we got? Who do we
Steve's
got on
face
these
is
cups
like
here?
a cherry.
What's on this one?
A Vegeta.
So we have Vegeta.
Oh, and I
Steve-
drooled a bit on myself.
Steve
Oh, man.
drooled. He got his butt kicked.
He's a
What a great video podcast we're doing today.
Yeah, you guys see your butt get kicked by
Who's this
by
one?
the bullet.
That's I haven't watched much
Sal.
Dragon Ball Z in my life.
It's
Actually, seriously, I haven't. So
We're having issues now.
we are, yeah.
I've
I've tried to get into
Steve's
it,
a
but
You
huge
should
Dragon Ball
probably
Z
leave.
fanatic for anyone who doesn't know.
It's been nice having you on the show.
no. But honestly, like
Oh,
I'll turn it off and then we'll start again.
See you later.
I watched Dragon Ball, which was like the original Dragon Ball. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, this is the graphics and the anime was just like you
I'm
can
gonna
tell
watch
it
it
was
right now. It's so good.
You watching it?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
See, when I get time in my schedule, I do want to watch Dragon Ball Z because I heard so much about it. It's a big fan of Fan Expo. There's a whole bunch of DBZ stuff there.
Yeah.
It's just the time for it.
You make the time for that.
I gotta catch up on Dragon Thrones or Game of Thrones. Not
Dragon Thrones.
Spoiler
Dragon
alert.
Thrones.
Spoiler
I
alerts,
need to catch
but
up on that too.
spoiler alerts, but no. Yeah, that's like season 1 stuff. So
So, Jeff, you had some good topics today.
yes, first topic we'll go back to the Middle Ages here. I want to talk about if you were in that time period back then,
Yeah.
straight Middle Ages. What would your profession be like? What do you think you'd be doing, or like what would you want to do? I don't think people necessarily got to choose. You were kind of born into your profession, but like, what would you do? Greg, what would you do?
I think it'd be sweet to try and be like a baron.
A baron?
Yeah. I know that's not really a profession,
Yeah,
but
not
if you're
really
a
a
baron,
profession.
you don't do anything else.
Yeah,
You just,
Yeah.
You go to the noble courts, you
Yeah, life
talk
put
to the
together. You don't have to do
ladies.
anything.
You can look out at any of the farmhouses on your land and just go in there and be like, give me my money, you owe it to me.
So you just want to be a bully.
I just want to be a dick.
You just want to go collect money.
Well, I'll be a good one, comparatively.
Okay.
But I mean, You don't
How many
have
barons have you dealt with in your day?
You
Compared to
don't-
what, Greg?
you don't have to labor and toil and go in the soil and shit. You're set. You're born. You're set for life. You got your retirement all figured out. Everything's good.
Jeff, what are you thinking?
I think a smith would be kind of cool. You know, like it's an art, right? And a lot of people still do it today, like the old forging stuff. That's gonna be cool to be like the guy responsible behind the weapons people use and stuff like that. Because if you were a knight or a soldier or something, part of the army, and you had to go to war, there's a good chance you're dying. Like you get take an arrow to the neck, anything like that, someone coming to chop your head off, like you're pretty much gonna die unless you're either really good or at the back line. So,
But if you're a smith and everyone knows you're a smith, there could be assassins after you because if they kill the smith, who's going to repair their shit?
I don't think like
There's probably a lot of blacksmiths though.
As I say, I don't think a smith would be the target of like a thing. Like if you're in a city or something, it's pretty well guarded.
Well, that's what I do. If I was a baron, I'd be like,
An assassin baron.
I want to take over this place. No, I'd hire assassins.
And we're just gonna kill the blacksmith. We don't
Yeah,
need to kill the king, we're killing the blacksmith.
Let's kill that guy. The poor guy's slaving all day.
Before they're able to prepare enough weapons for an army, just
I mean, their
kill,
army would be
kill
already.
the blacksmiths.
The army would already be like pretty much well stocked. I believe the smith just does like specialty work from
Well,
now on.
If you
Questions
have
like
them,
that.
if you have them get hired on into the armory department and they smuggle out the weapons and then kill the smiths, then what are they going to do?
I mean, that sounds like a really intense
Fisticuffs?
process. Like, how do you just like walk past the guards like, you know, these 50 swords for a shipment, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
smuggling
just,
all that stuff out. That sounds
Smuggle
like
it,
a mess.
smuggle it in like the bottom of a cart, but like hay on top or like fruit.
You have to get it out of the
shipments.
armory
And you
first.
have to do
Yeah,
this
they
multiple
work in the army.
times.
Yeah.
You can't just do this once
Yeah.
together. Like, this would be a massive project. You'd probably take
It's a long-term goal. Be like, Jeff the Baron over there screwed me over. He stole my daughter. Fuck him.
Why are we missing 15
I'm gonna
swords
get him
every
good.
day?
Yeah.
No.
But
I
see,
don't know.
they're working in the armory.
That's a lot of
They
commitment.
don't need the armory until there's like a wartime, so it's a peaceful era. Just get the spy in there doing
No.
his thing.
And I used to deal with like royalty back then and stuff like that. It's not like they just go, hey, this guy walked into town. He seems like a trusted man. Hey, you want to be head of an army? You gotta at least live there for a while. You gotta know the king and queen. They hire within.
Yeah. It's
So it has to be
long-term.
either long term or it has to be a process where
How
like
do you think you do spy work?
no,
They live in
it's
the
gotta
country.
be
They go undercover.
it's gotta be a process
Yeah.
where like you're committed and you want to go make friends with them and then decide you want to overthrow from the inside.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So
I guess
that's
if you
what I
pull
do.
it off, that's great. But like,
It's a heck of a lot cheaper than paying for a whole army. Takes a long time.
if you're a baron, you already own everything. So what are you doing?
It's a lot more interesting too. I don't have a regular job. What am I going to do? Politically scheme. That's what I'll do.
The second anything backfires, though, your
I
head's.
feel like you guys are
Oh,
asking
yeah,
for
exactly.
more stress than what you need.
I'm not saying I'm any part of this. I just said I want to be an old
What are you
smith.
going to do?
I think I would want to be an astrologer.
Okay,
Because at this point, who knows how much has been discovered?
map maker.
Just
something
toss
like
it
that.
out there.
Kinda cool.
No, well, I would think even that
Cartographer?
make. No,
No?
looking up at the stars.
Okay.
Why not? And then, making up answers to stuff.
How are you going to convince the king of your worth?
I'll figure it out. I'm not an astrologer today.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
sure if
just
he
saying,
was back
no.
then, he would have studied it. Be his full time thing. I think it'd be cool to be like.
I'll have all my tools.
I'd kick you out of my place. I'd be like,
I wouldn't be in your place in
What
the
do
first
we-
place.
what
I
do
would
we
I
need
would
to-
bring my astrology to your holy
I'll
lands.
have a pretty awesome, like, castle.
I think something else we
area.
gotta go be like a traveling bard or something like that. Because no one
That
really wants
was
to kill
another
the
one I was
bard.
Yeah.
No one wants to kill the bard. You just go around and sing some songs, write some poetry, whatever you do. You get to see all the land. Like all the cool structures and things like you meet
Depends,
people.
though.
I'd be
Because if
worried
you're
about
always
being
on the travel,
talented enough.
You're going to come across people who want to mug you.
Well, I mean, like,
Yeah.
You know?
yourself, no. But
And
like, let's say
become
back
rude.
then, it's just theoretical. You would be
Or
talented enough.
if instead of being a baron, being like a merchant lord.
Yeah, just
That
own
sounds
shit
like
on business.
Like,
Yeah.
like
That
owning
sounds
a
rough.
owning a trade empire.
Okay,
So you got-
okay.
So you
They're
got
kinda
like
cool.
so you got like a team of like traders that go into different cities. You buy and sell things. You know,
Being the merchant itself would be awful.
Yeah, being the merchant, but being like the businessman behind all, where it's like you look at the scene,
Owning
like those
it.
are all my ships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. Like, yeah, those ships are going to come, bring stuff to me, and I'm gonna, bring that stuff back. And it's just a trade process, and then
And then you can wear like the finest silks, everything.
Kind of cool.
You'll be set.
To get assassinated because you got a lot of money.
Or you
The
just,
Baron.
Well, I
Greg
mean,
the Baron would
that's
want
fine.
to kill that guy first. He's got money, right?
Well, I mean, you gotta do what you got. It's the medieval ages.
He's gonna get that bard.
bard.
He's gonna get that bard that wants to leave town because he's probably got some talent or pocket
Fuck that
chain or
bard.
something.
what is with you? The bard did nothing to you.
Well, at least it's not like that astrologer. That guy's a waste.
I'm sorry for being into science.
We need those telescopes to see if that other kingdom's coming over here. So he's got to get out of the way.
What about an explorer?
This would be cool.
Because
That's cool.
as you were saying, the map maker, but it's like, yeah, but at the same time, going further beyond just map making. Because I feel like map making, not only, you might not just be exploring and discovering new lands, but you might also just be mapping old places that
That's
you've
true.
seen.
Although it would suck
physically
exploring
making
on a
it.
ship, though.
Yeah, that'd be rough.
That would suck.
That'd be endless.
Being on a ship for like years and friggin' just nothing to eat.
Discover you're going in a circle.
Well, that's what the whole sextant's for, using the
The
stars.
compass.
I mean,
Yeah.
anyone who does do sea and travel with
I
that
guess-
is either born
I
into
guess,
or
we
an
would
expert.
I guess we would need an astrologer on the ship then.
Yeah.
You could live on a ship if you're an astrologer. That would
I have a
suck.
lot of uses.
I think it takes a lot of more effort, more talent, just to do basic living things. Obviously, back then, because you think about it, like if we want to go point A to point B, we got all kinds of accommodations for that. If you're on a horse, you gotta know, like, oh, this is the path we take to whatever town, and it's like a 10-day travel. It's because you've done it before
And
with
there's
your
a 30%
fathers.
chance, there's going to be bandits along the way.
Yeah, you don't know what's ever coming, and you've probably only done it
You
because
need
your
defense.
father took you when you were young or something like that, and
Yeah.
he only knew 'cause his grandfather.
You need to carry all the feed for your horse too. Stop
It'd be
it for
a lot
water.
of planning, a lot of travel. I don't know how they did it. It's quite a lot of work. I
A
think.
lot of food. No provisions.
Like traveling to another city, a week travel. Like now we can stop.
Although
somewhere, get food,
imagine
but then it's like,
having that much time though, where you could just like
do whatever. Yeah,
now
for
it's
sure.
like you take a week
That's
off.
true.
It's like, where the hell have you been this whole week? We're missing all this stuff. But then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I got to go to the city. I'm taking a week.
So
And
that's
then
like
and
it's
then a
like
week back, so
I
it's
don't want to live in this
Taking a
town
horse to
anymore.
Toronto.
Yeah.
It took a while.
Your travel's like a month.
Something you just want to take like back then. So you want to take a week off. It's literally like I just want to go live in another town. Bye, and you're off.
Yeah.
you
You
just
set up.
nothing's stopping you. If you're like talented Smith, you
No.
go to that town and show your talents.
Now, we're making this sound really easy,
No, it's
but at the same time,
Yeah.
like you have to, like you would realize, fuck, I really have to plan this out. And you can only take so much with you. So I don't think it'd be a matter of just up and leaving. Like you could, and
Although-
there's less things tying you down. But
Mhm.
I'd be
It's the travel
baron,
going
so
there.
I'd have all my servants to go for me.
it's not even a job. Like it's not really a job. It's one of those things you get.
Yeah,
Given the title of.
yeah.
we did
That's
ask. So
I broke your system.
So now, I guess this leads into more topics. Like, what do you think? Like, what do you think you would do if you were in the position of like a lower end peasant? Like, let's say you didn't have the choice to be a smith or whatever, and you were just a peasant. Like,
as a peasant.
what would you do? Like, would you try and go into sword training, join the military? Would you try and like how do you think you would make ends meet in a poor end of a medieval city?
That all depends, though. Like, is it us today, or is this us, say,
Like
when we're like fully grown adults?
take your
With
mind.
family
Take
type
right
things,
now.
and then you
You-
have more responsibility.
You right now.
you right now with your knowledge of how a medieval.
You'd probably have 3
city
kids
works.
by now, too. By this time. So you
I'm
got 3
thinking-
kids. You've got 1 or 2 kids.
At 20 years old, I have 2 kids, probably. I mean,
Yeah.
the life expectancy back then was, 40, 50
Yeah.
years old, so.
Hmm.
I think, like, as a peasant,
And
what you do
got your
is...
farm. I'd friggin'
My first step
make
was
the
I would take
coolest
any
farm.
job someone would give to me. Honestly, if they need something done, I'd be there. I'd show my loyalty through, hard work and being like, the king's calling on these peasants to do this certain, scouting mission or, king needs this right away. We need, peasants to, drag the boats down to the harbor or something like that. I get involved as much of that as possible and try to get my name out and become maybe a servant of the castle and,
Or-
work your way up.
if you're part of a team with a knight.
Yeah.
You're the one who equipped him and everything.
No, you be his, like, actual servant. You obviously
Yeah.
get higher accommodations because he wants you to be happy, comfortable, so you can serve him each day. You know what I mean? So,
And
I think
if
that's
I
what I
didn't
would
trust
try
to
to
mess with you, and you get like, you come up and you show up to work and you're putting his arm around you, like, can't move as much because you have a stab wound. And he's like, who did this to you? And you're like, oh my lord. It was a damn astronomer.
Fuck.
The asshole stabbed me.
Meanwhile, Big Head over here stabbed himself, blaming on the astronomer, and you got an assassin on your case.
And then the knight just comes up, astronomer. Bam! Slice and dice.
So I was thinking,
run right through you.
if I were back in medieval times, I think I would try to avoid as much responsibility as possible because that just makes life even harder. Life's already hard as it is.
Back then, yeah.
So I think
Become Baron.
just become one. Why isn't everybody a baron? I don't understand. I think being a bard would actually be a really cool job, and it's not
You have to be talented,
unattainable.
obviously.
You have to be, you have to be talented. Then again, it's not like you have a full-time job anyway.
You can practice all day.
You can just sit there and practice. You have to learn to sing,
Mhm.
sure, but and then you have all day to come up with like these rhymes and songs and poems, and you can listen to stories and make songs of the stories.
Mm-hmm. I think it's fair. It's also like a matter of like how,
Gives you an excuse to travel as well.
That's true.
So
how much effort you have to put in back then for it to come back onto you positively. You know what I mean? Like, how far do you have to go before, the king and stuff recognizes you as like a decent...
You can
you
always
can't just YouTube lessons.
No,
You
no.
could always just be there in like a tavern trying to sing or trying to play something. And people are like, this guy sucks, let's throw some hugs in.
Yeah, no, there's always
So
the
they do that
backfire.
enough.
What?
You do that enough until they throw edible food at you.
Eligible
And you're making
bachelorettes.
progress.
Well,
and then they throw
Here's
change.
my daughter.
Well, here's the thing though. It's like Steve said, you've got all day. You got your whole life to practice. He's not a warrior. He's not a knight. It's all he does is like whatever instrument he's using, and
Plus, in comparison to all the people who aren't learning any instruments, right?
Mm.
So, but then that's all based on, what do people know in the area?
How
What can I learn from someone?
How back then would you court a fair maiden? Because it would be totally different than just like, oh hey girl, what's your number?
honestly, I believe.
Text.
Hey, girl.
What's your coordinates? I can send a raven to. That'd be the question back then. No.
You can,
No, it's not that.
how do they
no.
even know?
I think it'd be more or less
Would you be willing, like, how many stories would you be willing to climb in the castle to get to a room?
We're just talking about stairs, or am I, actually
Like,
outside?
outside the wall.
Jesus Christ, man.
Would you, like, first floor, it's easy, you knock on the window. Oh, hey, let me in, and you just jump in.
I believe it'd be
But,
like
How long
much,
have I gone without sex here?
how much effort would you put in? Probably your whole life, because, it's rough back.
all the way up.
Because normally you gotta get married
Get
first.
some rope. I'm going to die in 15 years anyways.
What I think, the point where you said, what would you do to pick up a girl back then? I think not a lot of it was about picking up a girl. It's like you toss a whore a few coins and she comes with you for the night. The only way people actually picked up girls was through a marriage and through no girl really wanted to be with a peasant unless he paid money. I mean, the only time people really got married is if you're passing on a royalty or if you're making someone into your princess.
Oh, Dad, we need some major dowry for this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think
There's that.
Like,
there
two
was a
sheep.
level of horsemanship
there is for sure.
among peasants and stuff. But sure, the higher up you go,
Yeah.
the more you had to. I got a shit ton of money.
But think how many think about how many
Come on.
think about how many peasants there are, male peasants versus female peasants, and all of them are
still
going to be
50-50.
It might be pretty close, but I mean, everyone's going to be looking for that, that wife. How are you going to pick her up? How are you going to stand out? Being back then without the communication we have now. Is it just because you guys both
Well, I'd
work
be a
on the
bard.
farm?
I'd be great with writing.
Yeah.
I would charm them
Do some
with my
love
writing
letters.
abilities. And then I discover she can't read. So
You wrote her a poem and said,
You'd have to.
I have to
Read
try
it to
again
her.
with someone
"Oh
else.
man, how many?"
Although then I can recycle the poem.
It's like her parents would read it to her, but then they changed the words so it sounded really bad. And
I think the
she
best
gave you
question
because
is-
they didn't like you.
How many teeth is she missing from getting beat from her old partners and stuff?
Or being kicked by horses.
Oh, she's a stable girl.
Missing some teeth.
How many teeth do you accept until I
The
can't
nose
do
is misaligned.
Oh no. Has that really disgustingly annoying accent?
Or also,
Was she born this way?
Well,
or
like,
was she
back then, everyone basically took a bath once a month in the river. unless they were noble and they were able to do it more often and be fragrance, which kind of set them apart. So it's like, you got someone that, like, unless it was that day that they got their bath.
I don't know.
Yeah. Imagine if we got them on the 30th day.
I think that's where you agree with Steven. Just become a bar and travel and just, if you find a nice broad on the way, like, yeah, go for it. Until then, it's like, hey, there's other cities that way,
Yeah.
It's like, I don't find anything here. I'm just going to mosey on to the next area. So, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely an interesting time, for sure.
But then again, kind of like, the whole thing with the missing teeth leads into the next idea you had.
Yeah, that's a good segue. Missing parts of your body.
It's not a good segue.
What segue
it's a rough one.
No, it's okay. We've got about 6 minutes left.
Okay,
We'll
so
fly through this one.
So,
yeah.
I guess the original question is, would you be willing to chop off a finger to be immune to any major disease? And all of us agreed on yes.
Yeah,
That's easy decision. Lose your index finger,
Whatever.
you're immune to every major disease. The next thing to make more interesting is how far from that point on do we go to get this ability?
What would you lose for immunity?
Doodle-a-dip.
No, it just ends.
I didn't feel it.
Klondike bar.
Fuck you guys too.
So
It's like instead of getting a Klondike bar, you get immunity from disease.
we're talking
we're talking. Don't have to worry about cancer here. You can
cancer.
You can tan all you dang want, and you're not going to get that
No,
melanoma.
the question states specifically major diseases, so we're assuming any lethal diseases. You'll still get the common cold and all that stuff, but that's fine. Greg brought up 2 fingers on each hand. Still, no problem. I could do it.
But if it's your thumbs,
Opposable thumbs, I do one. I sacrifice one.
would you?
One in a finger on the other hand.
Would you be one-legged? Not good.
With the rate the artificial legs and prosthetics was coming along, now I can comfortably say I could probably do it.
I'd definitely do an arm.
Not a leg. You do an arm before a leg.
I think a leg might be
I'd do
easier
a leg.
decision.
Well, they have really good prosthetic
if you
arms
choose
now.
Yeah, that's
between
true.
the arm and leg, what would you choose? I'd go leg for sure.
Good to know.
Why?
Because they have really nice prosthetic arms now.
They also have really good legs.
Really nice ones.
Now go arm and a leg.
Yeah.
You're still immune to every major disease.
So,
Would you
Edward
want to
Albert
for the
Miller.
ultimate stranger?
Pardon?
The ultimate
stranger. I feel like Iron Man jerking off.
It's like it malfunctions. Too much friction.
So, you're immune to all major diseases, Greg. Would you do both thumbs? Both thumbs immune to all major diseases.
Fuck it. I'll take cancer.
You take cancer.
Cancer? You just straight up. Not worth it.
Right,
But
no.
I'll take cancer.
No. So,
Yeah.
you get ass cancer.
It's fine. Because
I wouldn't do both of them.
so many things can
I do one.
thumbs.
I
But
go
then
without
again-
one.
I wouldn't say I'll take cancer in that case. I would
But I
say
mean-
I'll
I
take
mean-
my chances and
Yeah, I mean,
See
like,
how this goes.
with all the things, it's like a chance. Like,
No, for
No,
sure.
you're
still
for
got a
sure
chance.
cancer. You stuck that one out.
Okay, let's say you're guaranteed to get cancer at like 40, something like breaking young. What would you lose to prevent it? Like, what's the most?
I get a robotic hand.
Because like,
Whole arm.
what would you say is like it's
Whole
too
arm.
much?
And I know what type
I'll
of
take
cancer.
cancer instead.
I think too much would be.
Let's go like leukemia, or like do something like crazy like ALS.
If you have your original, like, let's say, one original leg, one original arm, and have a prosthetic, leg arm, I think I could live with
What if
that.
you can't get prosthetic?
You're not allowed prosthetics at that point. I'd say maybe an arm. Does he still have one arm?
Yep.
You can still do most things. You lose a lot of, stuff, obviously, like a lot of video games, but there's still a lot of accommodations now that could probably get around that. I mean, it's not everything's perfect.
That's one of those things where at first, like even now thinking about it, I was hesitant on where to draw the line, but at the same time, this is awful, guys. This is awful because if we say, no, it's not worth losing a leg for cancer, that's saying having cancer is better than living a life without a leg. That's fucked up.
No, what is like personally?
Yeah,
fucked up,
I
though.
feel like,
it's a bit messed up, but it's also like you
I
don't
would-
want to live without a leg.
you know what I found out though?
I would.
Is
I would lose both
Apparently,
legs.
apparently with
If I was
children,
a guaranteed choice, you're gonna lose both legs or have cancer.
I
And
think
you can't get rid of cancer.
if it's terminal cancer and you're going to die, then yes,
Take the legs.
you're going to take your life because obviously, like, you got a wheelchair, you can make do. So
Yeah.
I mean,
but I found out this is really
We
interesting.
got about a minute and a half
With-
here.
With kids, when they have thigh cancer and they have to do an amputation above their knee, what they do is when they take out the middle section of their leg and then the bottom section of like the calf and their foot, they actually put it on their leg, but backwards, because then the ankle works like a knee to help them make better use of a prosthetic. So then they've got their foot there, but backwards. And then, like, when it fully heals and they grow up later, they can actually bear weight on it if they
Do you
need
think
to.
that they found that out accidentally?
Uh,
And did
I
that
don't know,
so,
I saw, like, it was a GIF and everything, and it had the girl who actually had that and was walking on it a bit, and she showed it with me, so.
we need to wrap this up.
But,
all right.
pretty cool.
Well, that's good
Oh,
talk.
yeah, that one went by fast.
Yeah,
The medieval section was quite a good section.
Well, thanks for tuning in. That's episode 15 of the Chapscast podcast.
Pleasure to be here.
And, yeah,
where do they
thanks for
find us,
joining
Steve?
Chaps podcast at gmail.com.
Also, they can
Facebook, Twitter,
Click that
Google
button
Plus,
on the
subscribe
Facebook
on
page.
iTunes.
Ooh, yeah, subscribe
Yeah,
on
don't
iTunes.
forget that one.
Google
Yeah,
Plus,
and,
Twitter.
if they're watching this, cool.
Yeah.
Keep
Watch
watching
you
shit.
guys.
Yeah. All right.